Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome back to another video, and this time we're going to be discussing a little bit about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and this is going to contain major endgame spoilers. So if you haven't watched the movie, do not continue with this video, but if you have, well then stay tuned for the discussion. Now, the first thing I want to address is about James Gunn, of course. So last year, if you guys remember, he was fired for some really old tweets, and Disney, I think they made a really bad decision there. And of course, a few months ago he was rehired back, and that was a good decision, right? But then the movie was expected to be released into the year 2020, but then as you can see here, it is getting pushed back to the year 2022, and I have no problems with that because it of course gives James Gunn more time to plan out the story, and he also is kind of busy with the whole Suicide Squad reboot, as you know he is directing that film. But I'm glad that James Gunn is back, with this film. And yeah, let's just jump right into the article. And yeah, there's a lot more up here. I'm not going to be talking about that. We're just going to jump right into this, right? Is Thor joining the Guardians of the Galaxy? So at the end of Endgame, let's talk about the scene with him as well as Valkyrie, right? Because he did mention to her that in the first time in 1,000 years, he doesn't have a part, and he did say that she is now the sort of leader or the queen of Asgard, or the new Asgard. And then moments later, I think it was in the next scene or maybe a few scenes later, we see him jump on board the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. We kind of see Quill looking for Gamora on the map, and then of course we have that nice little character moment, the interplaying between Chris Hemsworth as well as Chris Pratt, aka Quill. And I think that is essentially gonna be the best character moments in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 if Thor does join them. And this is of course the biggest question: is he joining the Guardians of the Galaxy? I think he would be a really good addition, and because Thor, over the years he has proven himself, especially with what Taika Waititi did in Thor Ragnarok, where he became this super comedic character. And he's not only proven himself to be the strongest Avenger, he's also the funniest Avenger in my opinion. And it doesn't matter if he's ripped Thor or fat Thor, either way he's still super funny. And as you all know how quirky and funny the Guardians of the Galaxy are, I think Thor is a fantastic addition. And I just want one more person to go on board with Thor, which is of course Korg. Oh my god, he was pretty much one of the best things about Thor Ragnarok, and we did see him back in Endgame. I was super happy about that. He was so funny, and Taika Waititi as Korg he's just fantastic, right? I just wish Korg would join the Guardians of the Galaxy. Hopefully that can happen. James Gunn, if you just so happen to be listening to me right now, please bring Korg on board. But anyways, let's get into this, right? Of course, the biggest X factor for the future of the Guardians is Thor. At the end of Avengers Endgame, we see that he has hitched a ride on board the ship, and based on his battle with Quill, he might be looking to stay for a while. How will he change the dynamics of the team that so many love? And with Gamora out of the picture, I mean, she is kind of alive, but it's actually her past self, her 2014 self. So one member is missing, and I think Thor can be a good replacement as they go looking for this Gamora. And I think that would be one of the subplots of the film. And yeah, I mean, he is used to being in charge, and we've already seen the beginning of a power struggle between him and Star-Lord. I think that would be probably one of the highlights of the following sequel, the sort of interplaying between these characters. Also, Thor is insanely powerful compared to the Guardians. How will that change the battles we know we're going to see? And this might be a problem, right? Because Thor is the strongest Avenger. He is pretty OP, and the Guardians, yeah, sure, they can fight, but they don't actually have crazy lightning god-like powers like Thor. They don't have the Stormbreaker or his hammer. Forgetting what the hammer's name is, I can't exactly pronounce it, but yeah, Stormbreaker as well as his hammer alone with his god-like powers, that's probably too OP. And I don't, even if Thor does join the Guardians, I don't want to see Thor kind of steal the spotlight from the OG Guardians of the Galaxy. If he does join the Guardians, I want him to be there, but not to be focused on. I want it to be more focused on Quill, because in Infinity War and Endgame, they don't do much with his character. He kind of screw up big time in Infinity War when he, kind of allowed Thanos to, get back his gauntlet in that really intense scene, and everyone kind of, hated his character then. And then in this movie, he was kind of treated like he was an idiot. And I think I really want to see his character do a turnaround in Volume 3. They should do him more justice there. He deserves better. He should be the leader. But of course, we're going to be seeing some nice, character exchanges between Thor and Quill, quarreling and fighting about who's the real leader. That should be really entertaining. But at the end of it, I want it to be more of Quill's movie. He should be in charge. The movie should focus more on the OG Guardians of the Galaxy. Thor can be, in many scenes, he can have his moments, but at the end of it, it is the Guardians of the Galaxy. It is not the S Guardians of the Galaxy, even though that sounds like a really cool name, and there are some rumors that, the title of the film might change to the S Guardians of the Galaxy, but I think it's only right that they keep the same name. Because Thor is, he's a new member. Just because he joined the Guardians, and as amazing as he is, I don't think that deserves a name change. But anyways, let's get on with the article. Of course, having said that, Thor joining the Guardians makes a lot of sense from a perspective of Thor's narrative. As I said, he did mention that in the first time for 1,000 years, he has no part, and he took the loss of Thanos in Avengers Infinity War harder than anybody. And while the damage has been undone, he's still clearly lost. All of the Guardians are lost, so they find themselves together. At the same time, technically, Thor says he's only getting a ride from the Guardians, so perhaps he'll be dropped off someplace before the new movie starts. And if this happens, which I'm pretty sure it's not because of what he stated to Valkyrie, it would be kind of disappointing. We are all hyped up for him joining the Guardians, and then with his statement, I don't think that James Gunn is gonna write him in, only to be dropped off somewhere, because I don't think he has anywhere to go. And I think this last part of the article, I don't agree with, right? Will the title change? I don't think so. But when he did say this in the movie, it was really funny. It made sense. But yeah, it is a cute name, but I don't think it's gonna be changing. Based on the end of Avengers Endgame, the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie might not end up being exactly what we thought it would be, but the potential for it might actually be stronger than it was before the end of the MCU's Phase 3. And yes, with Thor being my favorite Avenger, a lot of people's favorite Avenger, not only the strongest, but the funniest Avenger, he is a perfect fit. As amazing as the OG Guardians of the Galaxy are, this is just gonna take it up to another level with Thor's humor, and then of course, his relationship with Rocket Raccoon, his relationship with Quill, and then Nebula establishing herself as one of the best characters in the MCU, especially after Endgame. And before this, Nebula, she was a decent character, but in Endgame, with all her screen time, she's just established herself as a really, really good character. And Karen Gillian, she did an amazing job. Would love to see more from her. A great arc, and I think in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, everything is going to be wrapped up really nicely. And yeah, I'm excited, even though I have to wait for, what is it, 2 more years, 3 more years. Terrible maths right there. But yeah, and speaking of Valkyrie, I think she might be getting her own solo movie. I really do like Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. She really has a great potential, and I would love to see a solo movie from her. And because the MCU is sort of taking the direction of having more female superheroes, I think they should prioritize their work and their attention to making a solo Valkyrie film. Pretty sure we're going to be getting that, but I really do hope they kind of take politics out of the film and just focus on the character and the storyline itself. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let me know your thoughts about the whole Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, about the storyline. Is Thor going to be on board? What's going to happen to Valkyrie? Is Gamora going to be, joining back the team, the sort of past Gamora, the 2014 Gamora? Is the storyline going to revolve around the Guardians finding her? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao!